Welcome back to KC24's We Are Fresno Live at 4.
The Wild Hare was on the air from 1989 to 2010. It filled the air with rock music, but it also helped local rock bands gain popularity. Now, 2 years after it was sent down the rabbit hole, it has resurfaced. The Wild Hare is hitting the big screen this weekend. Here's a little preview.
You know, he's just a dude, and he's too skinny, and he's not good looking, and he doesn't know where he's going. He's 17, you know, and there was one place you could go where the people were either singing or talking about stuff that mattered to you at that point. There are now going to be people who don't understand how special a station that was.
Joining me now is co-director Jove and former Wild Hare host Jenn Lip. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you.
I guess we'll start with you, Jenn. How long did you work at the radio station?
Just about 12 years.
Wow, so a big chunk of your life is probably documented here.
My formative years, and I helped deform some other people as well, which was fantastic. It was a great time. It really was. It was a wonderful time, and I'm so thankful to Jovi and Rick for deciding to do this and giving us a chance to say thanks to all the fans that actually made the station what it was for so long. It's an amazing project and a huge undertaking. Thank you.
So what was it that you really wanted to convey to people about your job and what it was you guys were doing? That I'm sure it was more than a job.
It was, and it was more than a job, it was more than a career, it was more than a rock station. KRZ, or the Wild Hare, had a life of its own. And what a lot of people don't realize is radio is a part of everybody's life, I think, in some degree, you know, in television, and it's always going on in the background in a lot of ways. What made the Wild Hare so special was that the audience actively participated. It was never just a matter of, hey, I'm calling to win something. Hey, I'm calling, what do you have for me? It was, hey, you guys are pulling a prank. We're in too. Where do we need to show up? Where can we be? You're having an event. We're there. There's nothing in it except for the fact that this is a part of our lives. It was such a great give and take like I've never seen before, and I don't know that I'll ever see again. It's amazing.
So history, it sounds, was definitely made. Jove, what made you want to get involved with this whole project?
One of the best answers to that is going to be in the t-shirt that I'm wearing here from 1991. This is when I was a sophomore in high school, and this was probably to the year almost about the time that I really got actively involved as one of those listeners, as Jenn described, with KRZR. You know, it was that thing that was playing in my alarm clock when I woke up first thing in the morning. And as I was developing, you know, high school and teenage years, you can be that kind of insecure where you're just not sure where the world fits around you. But there was a place where people were talking with this amazing confidence and imagination of all the things that they were describing, you know, and it was one of those things where I just gravitated to it as a listener. So come full circle, about a year ago, Rick Rodham, who again was one of the co-DJ or former DJs on this and my co-director with the project, he came to me and said, look, I've got an idea for telling this story. And without batting an eye, I said yes. You know, I knew how much it meant to me as a listener and for how I kind of move forward in my creative life. And so you know, it was a way for me to say thank you, you know, I mean, albeit in a big thank you, you know, but it was a genuine way to show how this thing had influenced me, just like I know it influenced a lot of people in this town in different ways.
You said this definitely did take up a lot of time. It was a year to produce this whole documentary.
Yes, yeah.
And we're almost out of time. I wish we could continue to talk to you guys, but if you had to describe this in just a few words for people who maybe want to check it out, who are thinking about checking it out, how would you?
I would think that this is, you know, it's the essence of basically a bunch of us sneaking into the graveyard, digging up the literal wild hare, propping it up in its best black t-shirt, and then saying, you know what, we're going to bury him one more time, but this time we're going to do it on our terms. You know, it's not going to be a public beheading. This is going to be something where we're going to put it away and put it to rest, I think, with kind of the flair of an Irish wake. I think it's, you know,
Yes.
because it's what the station itself deserved. It was how they acted and they conducted themselves, and it's how we all gravitated to it. So it's like you have that one moment to remember it. We want it to be everything that it was that it meant to us, you know, loud, fun, and still make you care. You know, there's some underlying truths within that are still beyond just the story of the station. This could have been anywhere in America where people had a rock radio station that they cared about, and the rug was just abruptly pulled up, you know, from underneath them. So
I think that strikes a chord with a lot of people. Thank you both for being here. If you want to check out Long Live the Wild Hare documentary, you can see it tomorrow night. The movie starts at 8. Tickets are $10, and besides seeing the show, it includes the DVD of the documentary and access to the after the movie. Head to towertheaterfresno.com to get your tickets. It sounds like it's definitely worth your time. Alex, back to you.